Hey everyone, it's Vanessa and I have a delicious recipe to share with you today. This is Fiesta chicken and rice. This is a great one pan meal that you can set it and forget it. So we're just going to toss everything in, put it in the air fryer, and in 35 minutes, give or take, it's going to be a full meal with all of the fixins, and you're gonna be like, ah, yummy, yummy, right? So here's what we're gonna do. So the first thing, I've got some leftover corn on the cob. So 'tis the season, right? So whenever you have corn on the cob, you know, use the leftovers for other dishes. So I'm just gonna take the kernels off. I already have one of them, I don't know what the word is, dekerneled. And all ready to go here. So I've just got that all done. So again, measure these with your heart. So just throw those on in there. And now the recipe calls for about 1.5 cups of dry rice. So I've got that. Just toss this right on top. And about a cup and a half of chicken broth. So we'll throw that on top too. I only had about a cup here, so I'll just add a little bit more for good measure. And oh, that's perfect. So this is a great recipe to use up all of the random ingredients that you have in your house and clean out your fridge, okay? So you're gonna see I'm gonna be substituting some different ingredients in here, and this is why, because it's a great one that you can just toss it all together and move on, okay? So the next thing, I've got a can of black beans here. So there you go. I already have these drained and rinsed, so I'm just gonna toss them right on top. I've got all that ready to go, and I'm just gonna give this a quick little spin here, and then we're gonna add some other stuff. So just, I always use tongs because when we get to the meat, I don't like to touch any of that with my hands, right? So we'll just give this a spin here. Now we're gonna add some flavoring, some seasoning. I'm gonna use a chipotle tonight, so you can also use like just a regular taco mix if you want, but this is super delicious and you're gonna be like drooling, okay? So I'm just gonna put about a tablespoon. Honestly, some of these things, just eyeball it, just toss it on in. You can't go wrong with tacos, right? So if you're celebrating Mexican Monday, Taco Tuesday, whatever you want, Fiesta chicken is for the win, okay? So again, we'll give this another little bit of a spin. I already had the air fryer preheated. It's at 375. We're actually going to cook this for 35 minutes, but give or take, because the chicken is still a teensy bit frozen, and you don't want like salmonella or E. coli or whatever those chicken sicknesses are, right? So make sure that the internal temperature is 165 when it's done, so nobody gets sick. It's a real down, to tell you the truth, okay? So the recipe now calls for some salsa. I don't have any salsa. It's amazing because I keep salsa and tortilla chips like they're going out of style. But tonight I actually don't have them. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna use some grape tomatoes, and we're gonna use just some onion that I already had cut up in the fridge. So like I said, this is a great way just to use up what you've got. So I'm just gonna slice the tomatoes. I've got my, they're feisty little buggers. So I've got my cup slicer here, just gonna go through and chop them all up. They're just gonna go right inside. So you're gonna get the tomato taste without having the salsa. You could also use a can of tomatoes too. So I had tossed up, or back and forth, or whatever you wanna call it. Just using a can of tomatoes too. Can totally do that, all right? So just pop this like this, sprinkle them on top here, just so you're getting all of the flavors. I think I do have one more random partial tomato that was in my fridge, so I'm going to use this too. If it works here, we'll see. It was just a little bit bigger than what I wanted it to be for this, and I didn't take the stem out yet, so I have to take care of that. And we'll just dump it all inside here. Make sure I don't get the stem. If we do, I guess we'll take care of that later, right? Just give it a quick trim here. Didn't even realize that I had the stem in. So give that a toss right inside. So again, this is a great way to use up any random ingredients that you've got. I don't have any cilantro, but if I did, I would throw that on top too. You can add some lime juice if you'd like. Anything that would taste like you were making salsa on your own, but really I'm not going to do all of that. So now I'm going to throw in some of this onion. just the stuff that's cut up. I'm not too crazy about throwing all of it in here. Just something to give it some extra flavor. And I love texture, so add that on in too, okay? So we've got those things going on. And now I've got a bit of a tomato mess, so let me clear this out of here. I don't want any juice coming around. Okay, so we've got that. So here we are. So we've got our corn, black beans, rice, the tomatoes, onions, seasoning. I feel like I want to put some more seasoning on, but we're going to do that with the chicken here in just a minute. So the recipe also calls for chicken breast. If you're not familiar with how this works with me, I am terrible with labeling food that goes into the freezer. So I pulled what I thought were chicken breasts out of the freezer, and they turned out to be chicken thighs. So guess what? We're having chicken thighs with this recipe. I've never done it like this before, but whatever, right? It's gonna be fine. So I'm just gonna lay these right on top, and you see this? Super duper easy. So you can serve this on like tortilla shells, you can serve it plain, you can serve it however you want. Add some cheese or guac or any of your favorite toppings that you would do. And so here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna sprinkle a little bit more chipotle on top. Get it on top of the chicken here. You can never have too much seasoning, right? That's what I say. So we just have this all ready to go. I'm gonna cover this up with some aluminum foil, and then I'm gonna pop it in the air fryer, okay? Again, 35 minutes, halfway through, we're gonna give it a turn and make sure that, just kind of flip it around inside there. And then when it comes out, we're gonna shred some cheddar cheese here, put it on top, and that's it. So super duper easy. Honestly, you could even get this ready the night before if you wanted to, and just pop it in the air fryer or even in the oven when you get home. I like the air fryer because you don't have to preheat it as long or at all, right? So if you're somebody who's like racing around trying to get everything done, that's the ticket. But that's it. So I'm gonna share a picture when this is done because you're gonna be totally drooling over it. So stay tuned. All right, I'll catch you soon. Bye guys.